Dear children, good morning everybody. So this is our physics class, third part of electricity. So already in our last class we studied about resistance in series and parallel. See what is resistance? The opposing force of flow of charge is called resistance. According to Ohm's law, V by I is equal to R, where R is resistance. Its unit is ohm. We know this. Now, so while we are connecting this number of resistors in series, what is the effective resistance? That is sum of all the resistors in the circuit. For example, RS, where S is series, so suffix X, or S is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3, etc. See, that is N into R. Like if the resistances are connected in parallel, 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. That is, the reciprocal of the effective resistance is equal to reciprocal of each resistance and their sum is therefore 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Is it clear? Now, if the series and connections of parallel resistors, see the resistors are in parallel connection, again they are in connected seriously, series connection. What is the effective resistance? Let us see in the diagram. There are four resistors R1, R2, R3 and R4. R1, R2, R3 and R4. See, R1 and R2 they are parallelly connected and R3, R4 are parallelly connected, but they are connected in series. So what is the effective resistance? Let us see 1 by Rp. See, parallel connection should be first calculated. See, for the first two R1 and R2 they are connected parallelly, no? So 1 by Rp1 is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Like second parallel R3 and R4. So 1 by Rp2 is equal to 1 by R3 plus 1 by R4. So what is the totally? See, these two, that is this Rp1 plus and Rp2 both are in series connection, no? So the total is equal to Rp1 plus Rp2. See, for calculating sums, then solving sums, we have to use this. When the parallel connections are, first find out the effective resistance, then the effective resistance of the another parallel connection, then both are in series connection, so we find the sum. Is it clear? Now, like parallel connections of series resistors, see here the same R1, R2, R3, R4 all are connected. R1 and R2 are in series, R3, R4 are in series, but they are connected parallel to each other. So RS1, that is effective resistance of the series connection of R1 and R2. So the sum of the two resistors R1 plus R2, like RS2, R3 plus R4. See, wrongly I have written S2 is equal to R1 plus R2, but it is not R1 R2. It is R3 plus R4. R3 plus R4. So again, if we find out these two, then the total or effective resistance is equal to both are connected in parallel, no? So 1 by R total is equal to 1 by RS1 plus 1 by RS2. See here, once again I repeat. See, R1 and R2 are connected in series. So RS1 is equal to R1 plus R2. See, like this, RS2 is equal to R3 plus R4. R3 plus R4. See, if we find the effective resistance, both are connected in parallel to each other. So 1 by R total is equal to 1 by RS1 plus 1 by RS2. Okay, so this one helps to solve the problems. Okay, next, the heating effect of current. See, already I told you, when current passes through a material, there is an opposing force. Due to this opposing force, that is called resistance. Due to this opposed force, the electric energy is converted to heat energy. See, wherever we need heat energy, see, for example, some appliances, electric geyser, then electric stove, iron box, in and all these type of appliances, we are converting electric energy to heat energy. See, for that purposes we are using heating effect of current. See, how can we calculate heating effect of current? See, with the help of Joule's law of heating. Joule's law of heating. See, according to this law, we know this. What is Q? Q means charge. Q is equal to I into T. So we know this. What is I? I is equal to Q by T, or Q is equal to I into T. See, where heat energy, when current flows through the material or the circuit, so the material gets heated. Is it clear? So, the heat produced is equal to I square RT. See, it depends upon the current flows in the circuit and also resistance of the circuit material or the time of flow of current. See, the heat producing depends upon the current flows in the circuit, then resistance of the material of the coil and time of flow of current. So with the help of Joule's law of heating, we can calculate heat produced. How? So we know this Q is equal to I into T, where H is heat produced. See, heat produced. See how much of power. Then P is equal to V into I. We know this. So into time. So how much of watts of power is produced in 1 second? Like that at T seconds. See, let us consider T means the time of flow of current. Time of flow of current. So H is equal to V into I into T. But here V is equal to, we know this according to Ohm's law, I into R. V is equal to I into R. So H is equal to I square RT. See how Joule's law of heating states that the heat produced is directly proportional to the square of the current flows in the circuit and directly proportional to the resistance of the material of the coil, then directly proportional to the time of flow of current. So H is equal to I square RT. Already heat is a form of energy, so its unit is joule. So according to Joule's law of heating, the heat produced when current flows in a circuit, with the help of the formula H is equal to I square RT, where I is current flows in the circuit or resistance of the material of the coil, then T is equal to time of flow of current. See, in what type of appliances we are using this heating effect? Already I told you, fuse wire, electric heating devices and filaments in bulbs. See, fuse wire. In the household circuit, normally we say fuse carrier. See, it's nothing but a simple coil. When it is heated, when it is heated, suddenly it melts and disconnect the circuit. Why? Whenever ED current flows through the circuit, in not only in household circuit, in all the circuits, whenever we use circuit breakers, so miniature circuit breakers, we call it as MCB. See, let us see in this diagram. Here it is a household circuit. What are the things? See, the connections are in parallel. All the connections are in parallel because already in the last class itself I told you, see, we prepare only parallel connections, then only the regular voltage can be taken to all the individual circuit, and at the same time if any one of the circuit or any part of the circuit default or any defect, the remaining will be inactive. So for these purposes we are using only parallel connection. See, the circuits are in parallel and we use a main box, that is switch. There is an earth connection and the main fuse carrier. See, why we are using fuse carrier? That main fuse, see, when eddy current, so that means excess current flows through the circuit. See, it may damage all the appliances including in the circuit. To avoid that, immediately, see, the fuse carrier, fuse means it melts, just like the material of the coil is made up of lead and tin. It's an alloy of lead and tin. It has low melting point and high resistance. Low melting point and high resistance. So easily it melts and break the circuit. So the balance or remaining circuit will be in the safe zone. So for that purpose we are using fuse carriers, and we call it as MCB, miniature circuit breakers. See, in heavy industries and shops and all, they may use number of circuits in the same series. So in that purpose, in there, to avoid this type of eddy current flows, we are using miniature circuit breakers. See, that means we call it as fuse carrier. See in this diagram, the first one is used in the normally in the household purposes. Second one, it is used in the wherever we use heavy amount of power consuming. Is it clear? See, then it is a best example for heating effect of current. Heating effect of current. And then another one, electric heating devices. See, for example, electric water heater, electric stove and all, electric iron box, these are all some electric heating devices. And then filament in bulbs. See, in olden days, now not nowadays, but in olden days we use bulb with the filament. It's made up of tungsten. When it is heated, the light energy is produced. See here, but nowadays it is not preferable. Why? See, only 5% of energy is converted to light energy. The remaining 95% of energy is wasted. So that nowadays this type of bulbs are not in use, but here also we are using the same principle, that is heating effect of current, that is filament in bulbs. Next, we have a problem in this. An electric heater of resistance 5 ohms connected to an electric source. If a current of 6 ampere flows through the heater, then find the amount of heat produced in 5 minutes. Say, an electric heater of resistance 5 ohm. So the value of resistance is 5 ohm. Is connected to an electric source. If a current of 6 ampere, how much of current flows through the device? 6 amperes through the heater, then find the amount of heat produced in 5 minutes. See, according to Joule's law of heating, what is heat produced? H is equal to I square RT, where I is amount of current flows in the circuit, then R resistance, then T time of flow of current. Here the value of R is 5 ohm, then I is equal to 6 amperes. The time taken is 5 minutes. So this minute should be converted to second. So 5 into 60, 30, 300 seconds. 5 into 630, then again 1 0, 300 seconds. So 5 minutes, that is equal to 300 seconds. So substitute the values of I, R and T. See, I value 6, I square, so 6 into 6, R value 5, then T value 300. You may get 54,000 joules. So how much of energy is produced in 5 minutes? 54,000 joules. Is it clear? And how can we measure the electric power and electric energy? Electric power and electric energy. See, what is power? Normally rate of change of doing work. So rate of means doing work in 1 second. So power is equal to work done by time taken. Power is equal to work done by time taken. How much of work is done? Vi into T. See, that is power into time. Vi into T by time taken. So T cancelled. P is equal to V into I. P is equal to V into I. Generally, the unit of power is watt. The unit of power is watt. P is equal to V into I. Then normally, uh, what means? See, 1 joule of work is done in 1 second. Then the power is equal to 1 watt. See, the 1 joule of work is done in 1 second. The power is equal to 1 watt. Normally we use kilowatt. Normally we see meter, kilometer like this. 1000 watt makes 1 kilowatt. Is it clear? Now, electric energy, normally generally the unit of energy is joule, but in the case of electric energy we use normal unit. See, can you hear the word unit? So while you are paying bill, EB bill, you are calculating the unit, no? That means 1 kilowatt hour is equal to, otherwise known as commercially 1 unit. That means 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 unit. What is 1 kilowatt hour? It is nothing but the unit of electric energy. That means 1 kilowatt, 1000 watts is used in 1 hour. 1000 watts of power is used in 1 hour. Then the energy consumed is equal to 1 kilowatt hour. See, in all the appliances we know in household circuits, see for example tube light, 40 volt. Then how much of power see, these details are given in the same appliances. For example, TV, fridge, everything, they have their own voltage and how much of power it consumed. See, for example, 40 watts bulb, 100 watts bulb. That means 100 watts bulb means 100 watt power is consumed in 1 hour. Is it clear? So that is power. So 1000 watt power is consumed in 1 hour. The energy consumed is equal to 1 kilowatt hour. So generally the unit of electric energy is kilowatt hour. It's nothing but commercially 1 unit. So 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1000 watt hour. See, just you consider this hour into converted into seconds. See, 60 into 60. So totally commas 3.6 into 10 power 6 joules. So 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 power 6 joules. See, it's a one more question. The unit of electric energy is kilowatt hour. The unit of electric energy is kilowatt hour. The unit of power is watt. Then 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 power 6 joules. See, while you are converting 1 kilowatt hour to joules, 3.6 into 10 power 6 joules. Is it clear now? And then see, in the domestic circuits, see what is it? Already I have shown. In the domestic circuit we use parallel connections. There are three colors of wires. See, one is live wire, another one is neutral wire, third one earth connection. So that one is, we call it as 3 pins. We use only parallel connections. We include a earth connection and also a main fuse wire. See, that is already I told you. Miniature circuit breaker. Why we are using with the meter box? See, in the meter box it recorded the amount of energy consumed. Then fuse box, when eddy current flows in the circuit, it immediately disconnect the circuit. And then the earth connection. What is the use of this earth connection? See, what is the use of the earth connection in the domestic circuits? Already sometimes some leakage of current may occur, some electric shock. See, while we are using earth connections, so immediately the leakage of current is sent to the earth. So we are using earth connection. So another one is important parts. See, main box, fuse box, earth connection, and remaining circuits are connected in parallel. Is it clear? Now, normally in our country, how much of potential difference in our household circuit? 220 volt or 230 volt. But in some other countries like USA, UK, the potential difference is equal to 110 to 120 volt. So either 110 or 120 volt. So the frequency, the variation of current, that is in 1 second, should be equal to 60 hertz in USA and UK. In our country, the frequency is 50 hertz. And normally for higher rating appliances like AC, fridge, water heaters and all, we in the circuit we are applying 15, that means 15 amperes of current. See, for low rating appliances like light, fan, bulb and all, we use only 5 amperes. So we are dividing the circuits into high rating for high rating appliances and low rating appliances. There are two types of circuits. That means for low ratings appliances we just give 5 amperes. For high rating appliances we use 15 amperes normally. And if there is some overloading means in a particular connection or in a circuit there are number of other connections, appliances are included. See, in the current flows through the circuit is more than its limit. So automatically what happens, it gets heated and may form fire. So this fire melts the insulation and we call it as short circuit. So it may cause some fire accidents. ஸோ நம்ம சொல்கிறது புரியுது. நார்மலாக ஷார்ட் சர்க்யூட் எங்கேயாவது ஒரு ஃபயர் ஆக்சிடென்ட்ஸ் அப்படின்னா இது ஒரு சோர்ஸ் அப்படின்னு கேட்பாங்க. எப்படி? ஸோ நார்மலாக இந்த ஒரு சிங்கிள் சர்க்யூட்லேயே நிறைய அப்ளையன்சஸ் ஆட் பண்ணும்போது அதில் வந்து எக்ஸஸாக கரண்ட் உள்ளே வருது. ஸோ திஸ் எக்ஸஸ் கரண்ட் கெட்ஸ் ஹீட்டட் தி வயர். ஸோ ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலி அந்த இன்சுலேஷன் may melts and it may cause fire. So it causes the fire accidents. So we have to avoid this overloading and short circuiting. Is it clear? So that is called then avoid shocking, we are using earth connections. And another important, see nowadays we are using LED TV and LED bulbs instead of normal filament bulb. So why we are using LED bulbs? Say in the calculators, digital watches and all, we may see some 7 segments display. See either in different colors, orange color, red color, green color, yellow color. So we are using some metal oxides for producing those colors in the display, but we are using only 8 segments. See, let us see A, B, C, D, E, F, G and a dot. See, one just line segments. There are 7 line segments with a dot. In the digital watches and all, we may see the segments. No, 3 means just using alphabets and also numbers, everything we are using the line segments. How many line segments? 7 segments with a dot, totally 8. So with the help of this digital displays we are using in electronic devices. See, just like gallium arsenide, gallium phosphide, and then in the calculators, traffic signals, street lights, decorative lights, etc. we are using LEDs. See this in LCDs we have, see indium gallium nitride, it gives blue, green and combination and sometimes violet. Aluminum gallium indium phosphide, it gives orange and red color. So aluminum gallium arsenide, red and infrared colors. So while we are applying this type of metal oxides on the board, it may when this LEDs emits light, it may glows in a particular color of light. See, for decorating purposes, the traffic signals and all, we are using LED bulbs. Why we are using LED bulbs than the normal filament bulb. See, what is the reason for that? See here, the merits of LED bulbs. As there is no filament, there is no loss of energy in the form of heat. So there is no filament. Already I told you, while you are using the filament, only 5% of energy is converted to heat energy. The remaining 95% of electric energy is wasted as heat energy. So, say it may causes for the global warming. Already we have studied, no? So, to avoid this, we are using LED bulbs. So in the LED bulbs there is no filament, so there is no waste of energy, and also it never produce so much of heat. As there is no filament, there is no loss of energy in the form of heat. It is cooler than the incandescent bulb. In comparison with the fluorescent light, the LED bulbs have significantly low power requirements. See, they consume very low power. It is not harmful to the environment. So normal bulb, it produces so much of heat, no, it may heat the environment. So while we are using LED bulbs, it is not harmful to the environment. A wide range of colors is possible here. Already I told you, know, while we are using different types of metal oxides, we can produce different colors of light. See, it cost efficient and energy efficient. It is cost efficient means the low cost, the cost efficient and energy efficient, energy also efficient. The mercury and other toxic materials are not required. See, for preparing this type of bulbs, see for example mercury vapor. Absolutely, mercury vapor. The mercury vapor is filled inside the bulb. So sometimes, if suppose in the case of if the bulb burst out, so the mercury vapor may come out. It may cause some toxic to the environment. Toxic. So this is toxic material. Normally mercury is a toxic material. So these type of toxic materials are not used in the LED bulbs. So it is an important 4-mark question. What are the merits of a LED bulb? LED, we know this. Light emitting diode. Light emitting diode, LED. As there is no filament, there is no loss of energy in the form of heat. It is cooler than the incandescent bulb. In comparison with the fluorescent light, the LED bulbs have significantly low power requirement. It's not harmful to the environment. A wide range of colors is possible here. It is cost efficient and energy efficient. Mercury and other toxic materials are not required. And nowadays we have LED TVs also. For the same purposes, LED TV. See again, LED TV, we know that the display is LCD. What is LCD? Liquid crystal display. Liquid crystal display. See, in the case of liquid crystal display, first the same light emitting diode is used as a TV screen. Now first we use only black and white. We see that is called monochrome. Monochrome means, see, normally we are using only white light. From that white light, the pictures may be black and white. See, and then nowadays we are using color TV. In color TV, we use 3 colors. Major, we call it as primary colors. What are the primary colors? Red, green, and blue. Red, green, blue are the primary colors. These lights are used nowadays, so that only we are seeing color TV. Is it clear? See, the first LED TV screen was developed by James P. Mitchell. Developed by James P. Mitchell. See, here in 1977. So it is a black and white, so monochromic TV. But commercially LED TV was introduced by Sony TV in 2009. Is it clear? So normally first developed TV using LED is only monochrome. Monochrome means white light. We get only black and white pictures. But nowadays we have color TV with the help of the primary colors red, green, and blue. It is commercially introduced by Sony in 2009. What are the merits of LED TV? See, we know this easily. It has brighter picture quality. It is thinner in size. You use less power and consumes very less energy. Its lifespan is more. It is more portable. Portable means easily carry with. Portable means easily carry from anywhere. So its lifespan, so lifetime is more. Then it consumes or it gets very less power and consumes very less energy. It is thinner in size. It has brighter picture quality. See, it's another 2 more question. What are the advantages of LED television? Is it clear? So I think up to this lesson over. In our next class we just discuss the book back questions and some problems. So in our next class, so with the help of our textbook, self evaluation questions will be solved. Get ready. Thank you.